Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack on Production. Today I have Jimmy with me, and we're going over our Set 10 duel, which is I was running Pilaf in the gang and he was playing Ginyu Force.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, very interesting duel, especially the fact that it was our Set 10 tournament, so like we had to use cards from Set 10 and Set 10 only. Did we do a profile on your Ginyu Force?
We did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that will be coming up tomorrow for you all to check out as well. And if you haven't checked out yet, me, Fluff, and Jake also finally go over Set 11 stuff. So look out for those videos if you guys are interested in checking those out as well. Like always, hit the like, subscribe button if you enjoy our content, and we hope you enjoyed this video today. So we're gonna do our normal commentary. We're kind of gonna go over our thought process. I do know of two misplays I do during this duel. I don't know if it makes a big difference, but we'll see when we get to those points.
I'm clueless on what these misplays are.
In our duel, I pointed them out. I was like, I misplayed, and I was like, I'll tell you why afterwards. And then,
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, it's a card I never played before because I never really had a reason to play it in a deck, and it's a card that you find very gross. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, you're right. I know what you're talking about now.
So
Uh,
basic turn one charge card. I play Shu because green decks are pain in the ass and have quick ways of getting rid of cards. So I had to get one out there as soon as possible.
yeah, I am not a big fan of the set 10 only tournaments. Uh, Mainly just because I feel so limited because I'm been so used to being able to use any set anytime. I did get lucky and ripped a Jace off the top. Uh,
Now,
but it, when I was building this deck, every single time that I was like, okay, I need like three more cards. What can I put in? I'm like, oh, I'll put in some Ribriannes, or I'll put in a Kakunsa to pop a card on negate. Uh, and
yeah.
I it just felt gross. I didn't enjoy this at all. Again, you worked out for me, but just this whole set 10 tournament just felt awful.
So we actually have two different set 10 videos to go over. One is ours, Pilaf versus Ginyu, and then in the finals was also a Pilaf versus Ginyu deck, which I said before we even started. It's going to be Pilaf and Ginyu in the end, or it's going to be
Yep.
Ginyu versus Ginyu in the end, just because of how strong Ginyu is.
Hmm.
So, and real quick, just to clarify, the reason why he went ahead and put two markers on his Demigra is because he immediately just +1 as soon as it played,
Yeah.
which is such a powerful unison for one energy, in my opinion, because you immediately comes out, it's two markers, and now your counterplays are active on pretty much turn one, which is awesome.
And it's just a self awakener. Like, it's a one energy 15k beater that's a self awakener and makes all of my counters live.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Uh,
And you see, that's why I'm swinging into Unison, because I'm like, look, he's not going to protect it. He's going to take the hit. Might as well just swing it to Unison for the off chance you decide to take the marker instead.
yeah, and I mean, there's no reason to. I'd rather awaken.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't ever see myself hitting for Ginyu in the battle area, even though I did get lucky in this game and I pretty much hit every time.
Yeah,
Uh,
which let's go over that real quick. I know I mentioned to you, I was like, you got so lucky with these Ginyu strikes because I played against Ginyu decks, and like if they don't set up beforehand, I've seen a lot of times where they just it's unusable, you know. But I do know
yeah.
I think you play four of each in your deck, didn't you?
Yeah, I play four of each.
So
Pretty much half the deck is a deck is Ginyu
yeah,
of some sort.
so or playable Ginyu from because I think it has to be energy cost two or less.
Yeah, energy into or less.
So, but right there, another way you didn't set that up. No, you did. I think you did because you used Jace to look at it, so you might have set that up.
I think Jace just adds one to hand, so no,
Oh yeah, it
I didn't
does.
set it
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
So, which such a strong push starting out too, and you've all seen like we have plenty of videos of me playing Pilaf just because it's what's I like to play what's relevant right now. I'm kind of comfortable with taking Pilaf down to like 2 life before my turn 3 play just because of how well Pilaf could pull off on turn 3 if everything goes right. So
yeah.
it's
Like Another issue that I had with the set 10 tournaments is that the counter to the one of the best decks in the set 10 format, Ginyu, is also Ginyu, uh, because of Dormant Potential. Dormant Potential is the only way to stop aggro in set 10.
Yep. And Pilaf
or
has no access to that.
Or you play Dredge Coup and blow up the field, but you're striking life for that, and Ginyu can build his board back so quickly off of like a Raccoon or a Goldo that you can set up from the top deck.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing it right now, like on turn 2. You could have potentially 2 energy if you had nothing else on the board. 2 energy, Raccoon, boom, play another card, search the top part of your deck, rearrange it, swing with Ginyu, boom, play that card, you know?
Yeah. And, another thing that I think that makes that Demigod Unison so good is it's a 1-drop 15k beater, and there's no counters to it. So if I had 2 more in hand, I could have dropped those and just swung lead. You probably would have comboed out of them, but still, that's a ton of pressure for, 2 energy and 2 cards from the hand. I kind of feel like that +1 should say, like, place 1 card from your hand in the drop area, or maybe it should cost an energy or something, because that's just so powerful.
I know why it's a 1-cost Unison. It's because it has a power of 5,000.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I've always said I felt like this card should have been a 2 energy cost, but it's a +1 to get its boost, and it can be so easily taken care of. But like you said, go ahead and swing on Demigod early on. I'm just gonna take life for it instead.
Yeah.
So here I'm waiting for your counterplay if you have one or not, and you did.
That card come in absolutely clutch the entire night. I was reluctant to put it in, and like I said, I had like 3 card slots left open, and I couldn't put Ribrianne, I couldn't put Kakunsa, I couldn't put any other good green cards. So I was like, I'll put him in, what the hell? And he come in absolutely clutch in every game that I played.
So here I am playing some Shinron because you stopped my main thing going off.
Mm-hmm.
Awakening, get my 2 energy back up. And if I'm correct, yeah, I have another mech in my hand. Question is, did you have the Frieza counterplay? I don't remember if you did or didn't, but you do not activate it if you did.
I don't think I did. I don't believe I did.
Yeah, you have another important card in your hand right now.
Yeah. So, I don't think you ever told me, but why did you end up charging 2 Pilaf's Castle?
Because it was in my hand.
That's it.
Yeah. I had the My First Searcher potentially to try to pull a Yamcha in my hand. I didn't want to charge her. I had the 1 shoe. I had the 2 mechs. I had the 1 in case you counterplayed my my card, and I had the other one so I could play afterwards. And then I had Mercenary. I think I pulled Mercenary Towel earlier from my.
Yeah.
I had the Shinshin. Like I had everything I needed, and yes, I could have played Pilaf's Castle. The problem though is that the cards in my hand I felt like were. I didn't want to discard any of them because I felt like they were best in my hand at that time. Because also right here, you used you just played Dormant. Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yep.
You're deciding what card to pop because in case I played Ostrich, which I don't play Ostrich in this deck.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if they had to be on the field or in the drop area, and it was drop area, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Something about that card just I can't remember.
Yeah, both of them you could play by warping cards from your drop.
Yeah.
So you pretty much Dormant Potential to pop my Mercenary Talent so that way the attack won't go off. I use Bunny Girl. Do I play this shoe again? I don't remember if I played the shoe or not. Well,
I thought you played Mercenary
Towel.
Towel.
I replayed Mercenary Towel.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any mechs in my hand to play off the shoe for next turn round. So a lot of stuff happened in this turn right here. So you counterattacked, then you popped the card that counters. That's not my counterattack. And so I filled my whole board up. I have a 2-drop Chi-Chi in my hand right now that I can play. And I completely forget to play it. I was so focused on, crap, let me attack one more time. Let me go select my leader, get the draw off it real quick. And I pass turn. And I think there's a moment where I'm like, you could literally see me like kind of like flutter my cards a little bit. I'm like, I just misplayed.
Do you think that would have really changed a lot?
Having an extra blocker on the board, yes. And only because not this, I think in 2 turns from now, I could have done something that could have gave me another turn to complete the game. But I still don't know, like, you had a pretty decent hand, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think at this point I already used one of my dormant potentials. I had another one, so the next turn was pretty much going to be null and void. I think I don't remember if I played Raccoon on this turn. It might have been in a different game that I played Raccoon.
It's this turn, I think.
Yeah, because I think that's what like got me the game fully. So I played Raccoon off the top of the deck.
So here's your Raccoon. And then you play, I think, Goldo.
Yep.
And because it's played by a skill, there's a counter time in window 2. I played Yamcha to pop both those cards.
Yeah, you're right.
I do.
It was my game. It was my game against Matt that I dropped the Raccoon that won me the game.
Yes.
Yep.
I will say, in what was I thinking of? Your deck had a lot of keeping me from attacking, which was really good. I did a really good job on keeping your cards off the field.
Yeah, exactly. So right here, I play out my super combo to make you pitch one.
Yep.
And that procs the Goku. That Goku is so good.
It is.
A free 15k attacker that can warp a card is kind of insane.
So I went and activate blocker here.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, I would have had another blocker on the field too if I would have just played the Chi-Chi earlier.
That's true.
And I think you warp one of my mechs here, I think.
Yeah,
oh,
and I
Oh, no. You want to finish your turn off first. That's right.
Yeah. I remember when I was saying I was activating main, and I said just warp one of the mechs, because in my head it didn't matter. You're like, yeah, it really does matter, bro. Like,
it does matter with those mechs. They all are unique. So depending on who you warp, I could play another one potentially.
Yeah, which that's actually something I never really thought of. How the unique skill makes a lot of choices more difficult.
Yeah.
When it comes to like effects and stuff like that, especially with the mechs, where you can drop it and then drop more mechs on top. If I think you said you had a Mai in hand, if I popped the Mai, that would allow you to put another one on field. If I popped one of the other ones, then you were kind of shit out of luck because you couldn't play your Mai because Mai's still on the board.
Now, granted, using the leaders, as long as I have battle cards on the field, I could just swing and then use leaders effect to pop them, boosting Shinron up.
That is true, yeah.
So you're swinging with your battle card. So here's a good misplay. We catch it though before it goes much further.
Yep.
Oh no, okay, it wasn't this turn. It's the next turn then.
Yeah. I heard somebody called that Bulma super combo the new Shigesh, and like I had a severe sharp pain in the back of my neck of like PTSD of the Shigesh days.
Yeah, but that would play a 3-drop.
Oh yeah, but I mean that Bulma is still pretty good. The fact that it's 8 or less life, that's. So, I don't exactly remember what was going on here. I think that was.
I -2 shit.
Yeah, you're right.
And you're like, I might as well this card. I'm like, yeah, show me your hand though. Because I wanted to know what you had. And I was like, okay, cool. He's going to be able to stop me this turn as well. And here's
that was the obvious choice, was getting rid of that Frieza.
So I played Bardock to pretty much clear your field.
Mm-hmm.
And truth be told, what I should have done I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I knew I could use him as combo power, but I should just went ahead and gave. No, it would just been a single attack. That's why I didn't do it. I always forget that Shinshirun doesn't have double strike. It was Jiren that had double strike.
Mm-hmm. His dormant. I got rid of that Ginyu out of my hand. You were doing such a good job of clearing my board that I'd never seen me getting all the force on the field to make him viable.
So here's the moment
and honestly,
where you're
not
like,
a card I would steal.
Yeah, and here's the moment you were like, doesn't matter. I'm like, hang on. Yeah, it does.
yeah, right here. I was racking my brain so hard. I probably should have just looked at your drop area to see if there was any in there to get a little bit more information.
Yeah.
But I ended up going with, is that Shu, I believe?
Yes, you did Shu.
Yeah.
And I think what it was is that that was my last Mai, actually. You stopped one from being played early on, and then I had to combo one off, I think, in my hand. So I'm swinging with a 25k. You want to take that one and jump through life. I'm like, sweet, but I can't attack anymore. I think I pay all 4 energy right here and play Yamcha just to get on the board now, because I saw that you didn't have a counterplay, and I'm hoping you didn't draw one from your life. And then I just pass turn. And once again, I did not play the free blocker again.
Was it still in your hand?
It's still in my hand.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might have been the biggest misplace. And the reason being is because these next couple of turns that happen, I don't know if you drew into another dormant potential or not. But if you didn't, I would have had still a decent board to go up against you with.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you go ahead and just awaken, because I think you can use a draw 2, right?
I think so.
Oh, God.
There comes Raccoon.
You don't play anything off Raccoon, because I was waiting for you. Like, are you gonna play something?
Yeah, I charged the birder and was not thinking that I'm gonna actually hit Raccoon off of it.
Also, I don't think you drew off the Ginyu's second effect, actually, because I think I cut you off asking if you were going to play something from Raccoon first or not.
Yeah, probably.
So
that might have got me the... Yeah, here it comes.
Misplay 1.
Bancroft not reading his cards.
I shouldn't have... I don't look at him. You stopped me. But I shouldn't have done the super combo. I should have just comboed off Tao, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I should have hung on to the super combo for something later on the road, something a little bit more important.
Which that honestly probably would have been the better play, to drop the 1-drop if it worked like that, to drop the 1-drop and try to get a Yamcha counterplay or something in hand. Which I think you're still at 2 counters. Is that what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm
the
still at 2
screen's
counters.
a little bit blurry. I mean, yeah. So you would have been able to proc Yamcha.
Yeah. And keep in mind, I would have had a blocker on the field already that I would have used to block with. You played the 6-drop. You cleared my board. I had another bowl in my hand. I would have played her and replayed that blocker back to the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if that definitely changes the game or anything.
And Dodoria coming in clutch again.
Yeah.
Like, that. I was so happy with how that card turned out for me today. I did not expect it to be that good.
That hurt a lot.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot.
Because I would have been staring down both barrels of, a desert hyena.
Yeah.
Or did you have another desert hyena in the drop?
I don't know if I put another one in there or not, but I don't know what I would have played off that Bulma just in. Maybe I think I would play to Mai if I had, because I comboed a Mai off. That way I could have searched the top 5 of my cards.
Yeah.
So you swing with that card, I have to combo up, and that's game. And I point out, like, I had the card in my hand the entire time, but I could not play it, and it really hurt. It's not game yet. Like, I think it's game after this attack.
Yeah, very likely. I think you only had
Yeah,
like one card in
I
hand.
did, and you went to 20,000 this right here, and I'm like, oh, well, there we go. So that was really fun. Definitely probably could have been a lot different. Yeah, he did another dormant potential. Dang it.
Yeah.
But
And
you're right.
also that my 2 draws off of Awakening were Jace and Birder. So
I think I would have beaten you though, because Yamcha was still in the field. If everything would have worked out the way and I timed everything correctly, let's say Yamcha was still in the field, I would have swung at you. Had no battle cards because you comboed it off. Yeah, that's smart.
yeah.
Yep. Dang it.
Yeah, and I was actually talking about Mecha Gabora. I thought he was gonna be like the be all end all of this deck. I thought Mecha Gabora was gonna win me the tournament.
There's too many choices.
And he didn't even show up.
Well, also there's too many choices on Pilaf's side of the board. I think that's what you're talking about. You're like,
Exactly.
I could have done this. I'm like, yeah, but I could still play the other one, you know. So
Yeah, like I have a 1 in 3 shot of choosing the right one that's in your hand,
yeah,
and that's just not good enough odds to spend 2 energy on. I was expecting to actually see Shadow Dragons, and being able to say, "Hey, you can't play a 1-star ball," like then blow up their 9-drop Shenron. They can't do anything. They're stuck.
yeah,
like
that would definitely been devastating.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if they charge or combo off a lot of their balls or their big boy Shenrons, like you can just completely shut their deck down with that one Mecha Gabora.
So with that being said, at our locals we did have, I think we had 3 Ginyus, 2 Pilafs, and 1 Trunks pop up. Like I said, we have the video of the finale, which is Jimmy using Ginyu versus Matt, who uses Pilaf. If you all want to see that one, it's a very different take. Matt was playing more defensive, where I was playing more aggressive, and then I was forced to play defensive. So it's definitely 2 different takes there. I'm not going to give too much away, but Jimmy got a really interesting hand on turn 1 for that duel.
Oh boy.
But
it was over from the start.
Yeah. But that covers today's video. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, hit that like, subscribe button if you haven't already. Put stuff down in the comments if you want, and let us know what you want to see. And I think that covers it. Jimmy, thanks for coming on today.
No problem.
And like always, read your cards, know your plays, fluff out.